This is one of the hot topics of conversation we've had on this show several times. Is many of my guests that are sort of financial advisors say that owning a home is a bad investment. I think from what I understood from the research and from reading your books that you feel differently about that.
Yeah, I couldn't feel more differently. When we look at where is wealth created in the United States and also abroad, it's in two places. It's in home equity and it's in the stock market. So when you look at housing and you take someone who owns a home, and we'll talk about it, I know it's hard to buy homes right now, but when you look at people who own a home versus people who rent, homeowners in America, follow this for 1 second. Homeowners in America are worth 40 times more than renters. So the average homeowner in America today is worth over $400,000.
But this doesn't establish causation. That doesn't mean that buying a home made them rich, right?
It actually does. And I'm going to go through that here. So why does buying a home build wealth? And how much wealth in the United States is now in home equity? There's $34 trillion now in home equity in America. This number has gone up 90% since before COVID. Where's wealth being created? It's right in front of us. Now, the problem that we have in the United States, but also look, we're here in London right now. The problem we have in so many cities is that real estate keeps going higher and higher and higher. And people's incomes are not keeping pace with the cost of buying a home. So it's a hard thing to hear, and especially when you're young, it'll be extremely hard for him to buy a place in New York when he starts working right away. A lot of young people, when they move to a major city, they can't afford to buy right away. When I came out of college, like you, I was in credit card debt. I had $12,000 in credit card debt. I remember opening up my bills and having the room spin and thinking, I'm never getting out of credit card debt. How am I going to buy a house? But I did. And in fact, I didn't buy a home when I was young by myself. I bought a home with a best friend. So how did I get my first house? First house we bought was $250,000. We put 10% down, and my best friend and I, Andrew, we split that down payment. So we each put $12,500 down. This is how we scraped it together. The house was a complete fixer-upper, and we didn't have enough money to make the mortgage payments, so we rented out bedrooms. And we had friends rent bedrooms, and that helped us cover our mortgage. We scraped it together, and that's what a lot of people do when you're young. But if you don't get in the game of homeownership, and you rent in your 20s and you rent in your 30s, you're going to turn around in your 40s and having not been built any net worth.